Alright guys, in this video we're going to go over the ultimate lesson from Apollo Creed in Rocky IV. Let's get into it. Alright guys, one of the greatest action movies ever, Rocky IV. We're going to go over the lesson from it, what you can learn from it, from this key scene that we're going to go over and analyze for you guys. So let's get into it. Basically, context, Ivan Drago comes into America, or wherever, and he's like, I want to fight Rocky, but Apollo's like, no, I want to fight him first. So he and Rocky are debating, basically, well, they're going to get into it. They're going to talk about whether Apollo should fight Ivan Drago because he's getting a little bit old in his boxing career, and he really shouldn't do it because Ivan Drago is fresh, and he's a killer shark. But Apollo insists. So let's go over the scene and what it means and how could it be applied to you.
Yeah, so I'll put the video up on the screen for you guys. Can you watch along with us as we're watching? And let's get into it.
It's great. I'm getting punchy just watching it. Look at this.
Mamma mia, what you using for a chin there, Stallion?
I should have slipped that way.
Yeah, you definitely should have slipped that. Listen, Stallion, it's crazy how people, man, they just care about you when you're in that ring and they care about you when you're blinking. But once you step out that ring, Stallion, it's like ancient history.
Oh, come on, ancient history, you know.
I don't see anybody asking for autographs, do you? Huh?
By the way, can I ask you something? Well, this fight you're having against the Russian, do you think maybe it ain't against him?
If it's not him, Stallion, then who's it against?
Or do you think maybe it's like you against you? What do you think?
I think you really are getting brain damage. That's what I think, Stallion.
Yeah, maybe, but really, I'm speaking the truth here, pal.
Are you? Yeah. I don't think I want to hear this, Stallion.
Oh, come on. Hey, Apollo, look. You were a great...
So basically, Apollo got that high ego, and Rocky's kind of trying to go into saying, hey, you got to be careful, you get a little bit older, maybe it's you against you, maybe it's just your ego that wants to fight him, but maybe you might not be ready, and it might not be the best decision. And Apollo Creed is not handling it very well.
No, definitely not. They both have good intentions, I feel, but at the same time, because Rocky is trying to tell Apollo, hey, this is probably not a good idea. Apollo's like, nah, I have to do this because, he'll get into it, but let's go.
Great fighter, no doubt about that. But look, we got to face the facts, too. You don't want to believe it, but maybe the show is over.
And that's easy for you to say. You're still on top. What happens when you're not on top? Then what? Huh? Where do we go, Stallion? Because we sure as hell can't be born again.
No, we can't be born again, but, let's face it, we got to change sometime.
I don't want to change, man. I like who I am.
I like who you are, too, but look at that, You don't want to believe this, but that ain't us up there no more, pal. We can't do that the way we did it before. We're changing. We're like turning into regular people.
Nah, Stallion. Maybe you think you're changing. But you can't change what you really are. And you can forget all this money and stuff you got all around you, man, because it don't change a thing. You and me, we don't even have a choice. See, we're born with a killer instinct that you can't just turn off and on like some radio. We have to be right in the middle of the action because we're the warriors. And without some challenge, without some damn war to fight, then the warrior may as well be dead, Stallion. So I'm asking you, as a friend, stand by my side this one last time.
So, okay, that's pretty much it. So he basically convinces Rocky to, help him out in the fight against Ivan Drago, and Rocky's like, well, okay, and then they do, and then this happens. So, yeah, Apollo Creed dies, unfortunately, but we gotta talk about the mindset he had before he died. Obviously, it's a fictional world, the same concepts apply. This goes into the concept of the warrior. He goes out as a fighter, living the way he wanted to. So how does this apply to you? This brings out the question, as a man or as a woman, and what you are really into, what's your purpose in life, how are you going to live out your life? And even when you think you're getting old or you're getting tired of certain things, should you keep going no matter what, even if it can be left for death, though? As Apollo says, we are warriors, and, if there's no war, then the warriors might as well be dead. So he's basically saying, if there's no fight, if there's no purpose in life, what's the point? You know, it's really a question of, should you keep going even after you've done something? Should you keep going on? It depends how bad you really want it. Apollo wanted nothing more. Obviously, he's a fictional character, yeah, but the same concept still applies. Even though he's done it before, he thinks that the fight's not over. There's still more to do, even though his body might not be capable to go up against someone like Ivan Drago. Rocky, you know, is trying to think like maybe we shouldn't. But Apollo, his instinct, his purpose is to fight. He's a fighter. He's a boxer. It's what he's always done. It's what he knows. And no matter what happens, he wants to go out with a bang, and he wants to get this fight because he thinks it's what he has to do. For many of us, we all have something that we know we have to do, no matter what obstacles may be in the way, no matter what our body's going through. We still have to do it anyway. That's just the warrior mentality that we talk about on this channel, and it's something very important to have.
Apollo, I feel like Apollo did what he felt was correct, and it did cost him his life technically, but like it was something that he knew, like he felt accomplished going through it and doing it, where he could listen to Rocky. He would have felt regretful. He would have been like, oh, I regret like not doing it. I feel like I should have done it. I feel like I still got it in me. And that's how he feels in that scene. And he really wants Rocky's help. And he really wants Rocky to help him get back to where he was so he can, you know, fight Drago. Clearly that didn't get him where he felt like he needed to be. But at the same time, it was what he wanted. It was what he desired to do. And he felt like he could do anything. That's pretty much what we're trying to say is if you feel like you got something that you need to do, no matter what, you just need to just do it. You need to put it in action.
Because it would haunt you forever.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, it didn't work out for Apollo, but it could work out for you, like, whenever you do. Because obviously, even though he was in the ring getting destroyed, and, you know, although it didn't work out, he still went out the way he would likely wanted have to, even though it's kind of sad for, like, the older movies he's not around. But it's just kind of how it happened, and it's kind of how life worked out for it. So, you know, many of us, we have things that we want to do, but we don't think that we can, or we don't think that life would let us, but in reality, we have to do it anyway, no matter what, because there's something in the human mind that when it wants something, it's that warrior mentality. We have to do it anyway. If you're on a certain journey or you want to accomplish a certain task, you need to do it no matter what, no matter whatever it takes, no matter how hard it's going to hurt, no matter what you're going to have to go through, it's going to have to get done, because if you don't, it's going to haunt you, and it's better to do the things you want than regret not doing it. It's a very important life lesson. Apollo found out the hard way, but you don't have to go through that, hopefully. But there's certain things that you know you have to do, you must do anyway. It's a very important lesson. Not many people talk about this when it comes to the movie, but it's very important. So with that said, if you guys have any comments, make sure you leave it in the comments section below. What do you think about this life lesson, and how can it apply to you? Yeah, let us know. Hit the like button in the video if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. And if you guys like our content, you could donate to the Cash App, but the funds go towards this channel. With that said, we're going to see you guys in the next video.